Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you, and welcome back to yet another Trader Joe's haul. If you've missed my other Trader Joe's taste test, you should check out the playlist that I will create down below, because there are so many wonderful things at Trader Joe's. I've been shopping at Trader Joe's since I went with my mom back in high school when everyone wore Hawaiian shirts and they would ring the bell. They still ring the bell, but it was a lot more obscure than it seems to be these days. These days, everyone's talking about Trader Joe's, I feel. At any rate, I went to Trader Joe's and I finally got something that I've been looking for months, actually since last November when this took off. And it is the Trader Joe's Kimbap. Have you heard about the Kimbap? This was going all over social media. It was Korean mom approved, and ever since then it's been so difficult to find. You find this in the frozen food section, and I would go every time and it would be out. And this time I went, it was out, but there was a sign that said Kimbap. So I asked a lovely Trader Joe employee by the name of Jesse, thank you for hooking the girl up. He very kindly went and grabbed me 2 of these so I could finally give these a taste. So here is a close-up of the Kimbap, and it is a rice roll. This is a vegetable one, but it can be filled with meat as well. The lovely thing about this is that it is pre-rolled. It is ready to eat. You keep it in the freezer and you keep it frozen and you microwave it to eat it. You can eat it warm or you can have it cool. You can also fry it in a pan for a crispy texture if you like, which is great. So super excited to finally try this. When I checked out, my cashier told me about the popularity of the Kimbap as well, and even recounted a story where a woman was waiting as the Trader Joe's employee were stocking the freezer section and bought 16 Kimbaps at one time. So are they up to the hype? I don't know. Let's find out. While waiting for that to microwave, let me show you something else I found. This. Have you seen these? So this is essentially an insulated lunchbox, a little bit bigger than what I send my kids off to school with, but same idea. We have a zipper, and inside we've got insulated panels. Nice and easy to clean up and very roomy. This was $3.99, which I thought was a very reasonable price for a pretty roomy lunchbox. And the reason why I purchased it is because I'm planning on putting this in my car in between the 2 front seats. I'm planning on leaving this there, and then when we go on little drives or road trips, throw in an ice pack and a couple of drinks, and I've got a little cooler. But this I plan on just leaving in the car as a drink or snack holder. I like that it's free kind of standing. It just sits up on its own. It doesn't have a ton of insulation, like we're not going for like the Yeti kind of thing going on, but enough to keep a drink cool or a few drinks cool, or a water bottle cool for a road trip. And I like that it can kind of just freeze stand, and it has this little carrying case. I think a little pocket might be nice, like a little pouch in the front maybe for some wipes or something. Might be nice, but I could also just sew it on as well. But there you have it, the mini insulated bag. Let me know in the comments if you have one of these. Very sound build quality and very reasonable price. Alrighty, let's taste our Kimbap. So here we have it. It smells great. I smell the seaweed and the sesame oil. The Kimbap may look a lot like a makizushi or a Japanese rolled sushi, but this is a bit different. Typically it has a bit of sesame oil in it to give it that lovely sesame flavor. So, okay, look at that. Not bad. So it comes in this little container, and they're divided into 3 sections, 4 rolls each. Now, of course, I just warmed this up, so I'm gonna be having these warm. So there's carrots, and I'm not sure what this is. Maybe some bamboo shoots, and looks like some turnip maybe, or tofu, and some spinach. Alrighty, my first long anticipated taste of Trader Joe's Kimbap. Itadakimasu. The rice is soft and tender, a little bit sticky. It's a nice kind of sesame, gingery flavor. A little bit of soy sweetness, but pretty good considering that this was frozen, and in 3 minutes we have a ready-to-eat kimbap. Is it life-changing? Is it epically incredible? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far. But for a nice little snack for lunch, just in the freezer, great. And this was $3.99, and this is more than enough for me. I could share this with someone, but pretty reasonably priced. And I was told that these are a product, and it is true, these are a product of Korea. So tastes very legit as well. So is it up to the hype? I would say, I think they're pretty good for what they are. I, of course, didn't grow up eating kimbap, but if you did, perhaps this would hit that nostalgia button and give you that instant kick of nostalgia by eating it, and of course convenience. But for the quality of the ingredients and what it does, I think it is pretty good. But I also have this. Before I found the Trader Joe's version, which I was always on the search for, I found this at my local Chinese market of all places, and this is also a product of Korea, and it has identical cooking times, 2 to 3 minutes in the microwave, 1 minute to cool. And this is a vegetable kimbap. So we're gonna give this a taste and do a little taste comparison. The inside looks almost identical, no? With the carrot, oh, this actually is green onion, a little bit of radish, and this looks like it might be a plant-based meat of some kind. This says it is vegetable. So let's give that a taste and do a little comparison, shall we? Alrighty, while the competitor kimbap is cooling, let's taste something else. Trader Joe's is always introducing new products, including this. It's one of the reasons why I love Trader Joe's, because there's always something new, but it's also the reason why I don't like Trader Joe's sometimes, because sometimes you can't find that item again. But this is Piquant Popcorn. It is pre-popped popcorn seasoned with nutritional yeast, onion, sea salt, and garlic. So we love popping fresh made popcorn at home, and we always season it with nutritional yeast, salt, sometimes black pepper, and butter. It is such a fantastic combination. So of course I had to grab this. This was $2.99, and it's got nutritional yeast on it, which is fantastic. I have loved nutritional yeast since my days in college, and I can eat it by the spoonful. It is so delicious. It has a wonderful kind of umami quality. I mean, it's sweet and salty, just addictively delicious. It's got a bright yellow color to it, and it just makes things tastier, salty things tastier. So let's give this a taste. Where are my scissors? I keep misplacing them. Okay. Piquant popcorn. It smells like popcorn, but it's not as bright yellow as I was expecting it to be. We put so much nutritional yeast on our popcorn, it is just bright yellow. The butter makes it better, and that's what it looks like. Looks like regular old popcorn to me. I do see one with lots of nutritional yeast right there. Alrighty, let's give the popcorn a taste. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, that piece had a lot on it. Nutritional yeast, some people describe as being cheesy, and it kind of is cheesy, but it's not funky like cheese. You know how cheese has that kind of funky quality to it? Nutritional yeast doesn't. It's more like MSG. It's just extra tasty. You know, it's like salty, savory. It's extra savory and tasty. That's what nutritional yeast is like. I just can dip my finger in it and just eat it like that. I love it so much. But it's definitely in here, but it's not as strong as we do it in our house. It's definitely present, and it's tasty, but not too salty. It more, in terms of flavor, has a flavor of onion and garlic. A little bit like sour cream and onion chips, but not so sour creamy. It's pretty light, and you still taste the popcorn. The popcorn has the texture and flavor of pre-popped popcorn. You know what I mean? Pre-popped popcorn, in my opinion, has a certain taste and texture quality to it that is different than freshly popped popcorn. It's not quite stale, but it's not as vibrant in my opinion. But I think that's unavoidable when you buy pre-popped popcorn. It's just gonna be like that. Oh, this one is encrusted. Oh yeah, that one was delicious. I like that it's not too salty and not too overly seasoned. Some snacks I find just have too much of that seasoning powder on it. This is not. This is something that I would give my kids. And I think it's something that they would really like. Alrighty, let's try our competitor Kimbap. So here is the Trader Joe's and here is the Sunlit brand. So let's cut this open and see what this one looks like. I'm hoping it's had some time to cool. Oh, almost identical, although there are fewer slices. No, they're not. Yes, there are. This is only 8. In the Trader Joe's, there's 12. But these are slightly thicker, a little bit wider. So in the end, it may be the same amount. I should look at the weight, but pretty similar. Oh, it's a little bit different. We have the green, the yellow, but the green looks like it might be a green bean, carrots. The yellow might be some radish, and the brown might be burdock root. I'm not sure. Alrighty, let's give it a taste, and hopefully I won't burn myself. Here we go. Mmm. Pretty good as well. The Sunlit brand tastes more vegetal. There's more crunch of the vegetable, and the rice is a little bit different. It's not as sticky. There's some sesame oil in that as well, but the Trader Joe's one has more of a sesame flavor to it, and it's a little bit sweeter. Definitely recommend letting it cool for about 5 minutes. It's much easier to eat when it's not scalding hot, just room temperature warmish. Very different flavor and texture. The Trader Joe's ones has more of a kind of stir-fried, gingery, soy sweet flavor to it, seasoning flavor, while the Sunlit brand more is about vegetables and it's not as highly seasoned. Ooh. Oh, so hot. Of the two, I think I might prefer the Sunlit brand. It, I think, is very dippable if you had a dipping sauce. If you like a little extra shoyu for a little extra punch of salt, that one truly is more of a blanker canvas, while the Trader Joe's one has more of a pre-seasoned flavor. That one doesn't need any additional sauce or seasoning whatsoever. It, to me, tastes more like a stir-fry flavor, while the other one is just a little bit more kind of about the plainer components and the components coming together. They're both good, and I would say I would buy either one of them again if I wanted a kimbap, but still very different. I also noticed that there are other plant-based combinations of this. I think there was a bulgogi one and a spicy bulgogi as well, and they were all plant-based. So I'd be curious to try those ones the next time I go to the market. So yeah, like those if you can't find the Trader Joe ones. Both of them are good. Next, I want to share with you something that I always get when I go to Trader Joe's. Always, if they are in stock. And it is these. These are my favorite. These are the best gummy bears in my opinion. Love, love, love the organic berry tiny gummies, soft and chewy gummy candies with this bear. He has a name tag, Bjorn Bear. These are the best gummy bears. Now, let me show you why. So, first of all, I love the size. This is a small package. This is 3 ounces. This is perfectly shareable for my entire family. We love these so very much. The package is very cute, but the bears are very cute. Look at the size of the bears. They are itty bitty, gummy bears. They're about half the size of a typical gummy bear. Look, can you see that? Oh, focus. Half the size of a typical gummy bear. And they come in 4 flavors. I've eaten a lot of these. And so I've analyzed this quite a bit. There are 4 bears, 4 flavors, and the yellow ones are peach. The green ones are a green apple, but kind of a European style green apple, so not like the artificial, like Jolly Rancher green apple flavor. Lovely. And the darker pink ones are a berry flavor, maybe strawberry. And the pink ones, these are the best. The light pink ones are pink grapefruit. So good. It tastes like a true grapefruit. It doesn't taste like fake artificial flavors. The texture of the bears are wonderful. They're more of a resilient gummy, kind of more similar to the gummy bears you might find in Germany or the Haribo gummies. They're a bit firmer than some of the gummies you can find in the States. Not sticky, but it's the flavor that gets me. The grapefruit is my absolute favorite. I think the next would be the yellows, which are the peach. A lovely peach flavor. Oh my gosh. Love these. And because they're so tiny, they're just such a joy to eat one by one. And my favorite thing to do as a kid was to rip off the heads of different gummy bears and then combine the bodies with the different heads, so you would have little combinations of gummy bears. Fantastic. You can find them either in the candy section or in the impulse buy section up by the registers. These are made in France. Product of France. Fantastic. Love these. I have to put them away because I will eat them all. So good. The last thing I want to share with you is this. This is a quarter loaf of bread, and it reminds me of the pain poêlon bread, which I bought, which was the most expensive bread I've ever purchased before. It was like $40 for an entire loaf of pain poêlon bread. It's very, very famous. But this bread reminds me of that because this is cut into a quarter. This is 1 pound. And this is a quarter of the loaf. Isn't that incredible? So the entire piece of bread is just gigantic, as are the pain poêlons. Also, the color of the bread made me think of that as well. It's got a darker color. And this is naturally leavened. There's no yeast. So it's the form of sourdough bread. This is pain d'Avignon. And this is a pain du Campagne, which means a country loaf. And I'm curious to see if it tastes like pain poêlon. So here is the beautiful loaf of bread, and as you can see, it's just a quarter of it. So the entire loaf must be massive. So we'll cut a slice. Slices beautifully, look at that. Very rustic loaf. All right, I'm gonna toast it and then we'll come back and give it a taste. Alrighty, I gave my bread a very nice light toast, and we're going to smear it with some butter. My butter, unfortunately, is cold, but hopefully on the hot toast it'll melt. Oh, butter, butter, butter. So there we go, it did melt. And I'm gonna give a bite of this crispy side. This cost $3.79, so relatively reasonable in price. Oh, and those gummy bears were $1.29 per bag, so very reasonable. Alrighty, let's have some toast. Itadakimasu. As I'm hoping you heard, the crust toasts up beautifully, nice and crisp, but not too hard of a crunch, more of a shattering kind of crunch. Let's give the center of the bread a taste. Delicious. Chewy, yet airy, flavorful. There's a nice kind of wheat complexity, something. It's more than just like white bread. It doesn't taste sour at all. So even though it's naturally leavened with a sourdough, there's no noticeable sourness to it. Lovely. I would definitely buy this again. Delicious, absolutely scrumptious. I think this would make the best open-faced sandwiches. A little bit of a smear of something on there, some arugula, maybe some smoked salmon, something like that. Capers if you like, or even toasted with cream cheese and lox, or cream cheese, sliced tomato, now that we're coming in on tomato season, salt and pepper, or just tomato, salt and pepper, a little bit of butter, would be so fantastic. Perfect for summer. Wonderful. Would definitely buy this. Again, is it similar to pain poêlon? I would say yes, very similar, but I don't have pain poêlon next to me to do a side-by-side comparison, but as my memory serves me right, very much in that same style and vein of country bread that's flavorful, hearty, great crispy crunch on the outside, and a crumb that is chewy and sturdy, yet tender and chewy. Excellent. Excellent. Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it. That was my latest Trader Joe's haul. Let me know down in the comments what your Trader Joe favorites are, if there's something that you want me to try, and I will see if I can get it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! So good.